I'm on a walk, so what a perfect opportunity to do a little video, and it's going to be a chatty video today because I was tagged by Philip Green. I have been tagged on quite a few tags and I'm the world's worst at getting around to them, so I thought I would hop on this one and get it done. As far as I'm aware, Literary Buffet made this tag, but yeah, it's pretty much a chatty tag about reading. You know, I've got my questions here because I would never remember them. Now I've got to be very careful because we've had an awful lot of rain and it is incredibly muddy. I don't want to go arse over tit. I realised that would be YouTube gold, but for today I don't think so. So I'm sitting here. Now question 1 is, when life gets busy or heavy, what happens to your reading? Well, it kind of stops, to be honest with you. My audiobook consumption doesn't change unless I'm seriously upset or unwell or something's going on. Sadly, my physical reading has been slowing down as I'm been getting older, and I don't like it. When I was younger, I had nothing else to do but read. There was no internet or anything, social media or anything like that. So yeah, I loved books and I would read a book in a day, and I so wish I could do that. It's not social media's fault because I'm not on any social media apart from here. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I want to read and I sit down and I think, let's read, and I've done a chapter and I think, oh, that's enough, I've had enough, and I don't like it. This is my sad face. Now the second question is, what type of books do you reach for when you're not in the mood or you don't know what to read next? Now I don't do TBRs because I am a mood reader. So honestly, if I'm in a funk and I don't know what to do or read, I'll watch a film. Films are my comforts, much more than books. And I know that sounds terrible because I adore books, don't get me wrong. But if I'm in such a funk, I don't know what to do with myself, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry, books. It's a film. Not much of a rereader either, so I can't say that I would go and reach for a book I've read before. Maybe I have a lot of samples on my Kindle. This system for me is a way of remembering which books I want to sort of investigate in future. I used to save book covers on my computer, and I had a little folder and I'd go through them, but I don't seem to be doing that anymore. So what I've been doing is, if I'm interested in it and I don't have chance to fully investigate it for whatever reason, I will download a sample if there is a Kindle version. So my Kindle is stuffed, it is jam-packed with samples. So if I'm not sure what to read, then probably, if I had to answer, I would see I'd see what sample, grabbed me. Now the next question is there a book you love but you struggle to explain it? Well, honestly, I struggle to explain books in the first place. I'm much more of a writer than, a talker. I find that I can come up with my best work when I'm actually writing. Words fail me. I am a woman of a certain age, let's just say that. And honestly, my brain, it's turned it into mush, honestly. I can be talking a sentence and completely forget in a split second what I was talking about. If I think of a word that explains things, then I use it over and over again because my brain just can't work out a new one in the space of the time. So this is why. Hang on, we're just going to cross this is why you sometimes see me pausing for thought in my videos, is because I'm giving my brain an opportunity, hang on, to come up with a different word. And honestly, over the years that I've been on YouTube with one channel or another, I've always struggled to explain books. Do I talk about the... Oh, I think we've got a train coming. But yes, I honestly struggle, because do I talk about the book? Do I talk about how it makes me feel? And I've tried to do both. You know, what does somebody, when they come on a YouTube video about a book, what do they want to know? Do they want to know the basic story? Do they want to know how it made me feel? Because reading is very subjective. It make me feel really good inside, but they read it and they think it was terrible. It made me cry for a week. So then they don't trust me because they didn't, you know, I gave them a wrong recommendation. So I know I do, whether you notice it as a viewer, I don't know, but as a creator, I struggle constantly with that. And I'm well aware that there are people out there that talk about books in a way more confident and fluent way. And yeah, that's how it is, I guess. But anyway, the question says, is there a book that you struggle to talk about? So I've just answered it in a broad, general way. Okay, let's try and... Ooh. Ooh. Right, you're going to come over this sty with me. Hang on. Ooh. There we go, I made it. So the next question is, would I recommend a book that I didn't like? Yeah, possibly. I generally don't talk about books I don't like, because honestly I'm a huge DNFer. And if I don't like it, I don't finish it. So I feel like I can't talk about it or recommend it because I didn't finish it. But if in some miracle I did finish a book that I didn't enjoy, and I would talk about it, I would say I didn't enjoy it, but I'm talking about it in case anybody else would particularly like it. I have to say that I feel I'm better at doing tags that are chatty rather than tags that name a book with this or name a book with that. Ooh, what's in here? Let's try and find a spot that's not quite as muddy. Okay, let's go for it. Oh. So how I broke my ankle a year ago is tripping over the tiniest little thing, and I broke my ankle in 3 places with a clean break and a spiral, so I seriously have to be careful. But this is my view right now. So we've done with the tag questions. So what I thought I would do, and I make timestamps for this in case people don't want to stay for this next bit, what I thought I would do is just talk about the books I've been reading for January, because we're sort of like midway through. I picked up a book called Henry, and I think it was by David Starkey, to do the Candy Reading Challenge for January. Pick a book with a name in it. I started it, but I haven't got very far. So, not sure what to do about that, because I am reading The Pillars of the Earth. Now, as anybody who's read it know, it's a huge book. And, sorry, I have to look down where I'm going rather at you, because I don't want to slip. It's rather a chunky book, and I know it's going to be a take me a long time, but I think it's one of those books that if you put down, or if I put down, I'm not gonna pick it up for a while. I'm enjoying the story. There's a lot of world building and backstory that's being built. I personally just want to get to the bit where they start building the cathedral. But I'm guessing Ken Follett just wants you to kind of fall in love with his characters before we get to the main plot. And honestly, I'm not doing that. I'm liking the characters. I think they're okay. Tom, the father, leaving the baby. I think what an idiot. That's part of him, part of his wife that he's just lost. So, but there again, you've got to think of the mentality of the people in that age. But yeah, I'm honestly thinking about swapping to the audiobook, to be honest. So it frees me up for physical reading for other books like Henry. I am reading at the moment Marple by Mark Aldridge. It's all about Miss Marple stories, and obviously Agatha Christie. I've read the Poirot one and thoroughly enjoyed it. I've had the Marple one on my shelf for quite a while. I thought it was about time that I got around to it. So that's what I've been doing. It's good. I knew it'd be good. I am listening to an audiobook at work and I've nearly finished it. It's another Ken Follett actually. Circle of Days, I think it's called. It's all about Stonehenge. I made a previous video talking about it, saying that I would compare that to the Bernard Cornwell Stonehenge one. So I've nearly finished it. I wasn't going to make the video until I'd finished it. So I've nearly finished it. So that will be a video, I'd say, coming out in the next week. So obviously I'm not going to talk about it here. I did start the new Alice Loxton book, Eleanor, about her 200-mile journey, learning about Eleanor of Aquitaine. So when I finish that, I will definitely talk about it. My next audiobook is going to be The Tarot Reader of Versailles, Anna Bergman, I think, could be wrong. I mentioned it in a historical fiction recommendation video about a year ago, and I'm only just getting around to reading it. How bad is that? But it sounds and it feels like it's going to be a good one. Oh yes, before I go, if you ever check out my community posts, I have put a question out to you guys. February is my birthday month, and I'm decided I'm going to do like a question and answer video for that. So I've given you the opportunity to ask me anything you like. Whether I'll answer it is a different matter. You know, if you're going to get personal, then no. But yeah, it's giving you the opportunity to ask me anything you like. So I thought it'd be a fun video. So let's make it fun together. If you don't want to go in the community post, then just put your answers down underneath this video. Thank you for watching and being part of, you know, my life. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.